Welcome back, everyone. Sabrina Pasilico from Healing Anthropology is here this morning, and we're talking about great products for the mommy, near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You are ready to have your little girl.
Yes.
But for a lot of folks who are, you know, maybe thinking about having kids or pregnant or maybe just had babies, we all deal with a lot of skin issues like stretch marks and all this lovely stuff that comes along with it. So you kind of came up with some great products that are natural because you want to be careful too.
Exactly, and that's why I want to say first, it's so important for pregnant women to avoid chemicals. You know, newborns are born with, scientists call it a body burden of already 300 chemicals in their system.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's scary because a lot of these environmental chemicals are endocrine disruptors, so they affect how our body releases hormones. And now they know that prenatal exposure to those chemicals actually affects fertility and reproductive health when those babies become adults. So it's very, very important to limit your exposure to chemicals by what you eat and what you put on your body.
Well, yeah, I think we forget that the stuff we're putting on our skin, it's being absorbed. So
exactly.
We sometimes forget that stuff. And we're all trying to reduce any sort of stretch marks and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids, women freak out about it.
Yeah.
So you came up with some products that are all natural,
yes,
obviously.
and they're great for stretch marks. They're also great because as your belly expands, I've already experienced, it's kind of itchy, or some women get rashes on their stomach. So, you know, you want to put something on, and there's some really simple recipes. You get all the benefits without any of the chemicals. Okay. So the first one, I have my little pot here, actually, not on the stove.
You can see it here. I'm going to move this over. There you go. So what's in that?
So what's in here is cocoa butter, which is the butter from the cacao bean, so it smells like chocolate, which is kind of nice.
Oh, really? And where do you get that chunk?
You can buy that at Sprouts. Like they sell it just, the only ingredient in there is cocoa butter.
Gotcha.
So you get about a ½ ounce of that.
Okay.
And then you get about 4 of these little, what are they? Vitamin E's. Thank you. Okay. You cut them open, you squeeze them in there. So I have 4 in there, and about 2 ounces of just a vegetable oil and an almond oil. You can also use jojoba oil or wheat germ oil. Just make sure you look and say it's mechanically expressed. A lot of them use chemicals to make the oils. That. Yeah, and so you don't want that. Like that will say on there, no solvents used.
Oh, I see.
So that's what you want to look for.
Okay.
And then you heat this very, very low heat because you don't want it to get too hot. Then it kind of ruins all the nutrients in there. Okay. And that will melt down. And then you can add some essential oils. Lavender is nice. You know, if people are nauseous or that some scents are very overwhelming, lavender is very relaxing. And or citrus kind of doesn't bother a lot of women either.
You never know when you're pregnant; it'd be surprising.
True.
So
that's true. So
try it out.
Try it out, exactly. Yes. And if you don't want any, you don't have to put any in.
Okay.
Because what you kind of end up with is a little balm that looks like this. So I know you don't love chocolate, but you can smell that smells just like chocolate.
It does.
Yeah.
And you put this on your belly for...
You put it all over your belly, anywhere where your skin feels stretched or tight.
Right.
And you put it on it twice a day would be nice. And again, you can put it in an old jar from another product, cute little label, give it as a gift. So that's kind of nice. And if you don't want to do the whole balm or you don't want to cook it a little easier, you can actually just do an oil.
Okay, so I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
If you could simplify it. Okay.
Exactly, and this is a more simple recipe, and you just do about 2 ounces each of those oils, and then you can take whatever essential oil you like. If you're using lavender, you can use about 24 drops. If you're using a citrus, I would say about 12 drops, and usually has a little dropper in there. You can just add that in. Mix it up really well, and then you can funnel it through into a little bottle.
You know, I was wondering, what's the difference between using was it coconut? Whatever
cocoa butter?
Cocoa butter versus, or does this kind of go into your skin more where the oil just stays on top?
Well, they both absorb pretty well. It's just a matter of preference. The cocoa butter does add another level of antioxidants and vitamins and minerals, and the oils are nutrient rich as well. So it's kind of which preference that you would like. And literally, this took just a few minutes. One thing I wanted to say, if you're using any plastic, make sure this cools down a little bit before you put it in the plastic jar.
Exactly.
Exactly. And if you're using glass, you could put it in hot. And another kind of thing that's nice, especially with Valentine's Day coming up, I mean, this could be used as a body oil or a massage oil. So you could wrap it up and put it in a gift basket.
There
and,
you go.
Yeah, so it doesn't just have to be for moms to be.
2 out of 1 for that. Yeah, I like that. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
For all of you who are done with having kids and you need more romance in your life, then you make it a massage oil.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the products you brought over here? Just more?
Well, you know, like for about a few weeks ago, I was getting a rash on my stomach and nothing was working. So then we have a calendula salve that's just, it's more curative. It's excellent for any kind of skin irritation. So I was using that. That calmed it down. We also have a body butter that's amazing. If you're not a make-it-at-home kind of girl.
Yeah, which a lot of people are not.
Exactly. And then our little baby line.
So this is kind of what you made, but for sale.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to do it yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
and this has calendula flowers in it, so that's nice and bright and orange, and it smells really nice.
Oh, it does.
So it didn't bother me, the smell, and I was pretty sensitive to smells for a while.
Well, do you know how long, if you make it yourself, how long will that last?
This will last a long time. It's very self-preserving because of all the oils in it.
Okay.
So, you know, a jar like this, and this recipe with the 2 ounces and 2 ounces I gave, made about an 8-ounce jar of this. So that will last you, if you're using that twice a day, that will last at least a couple of months.
Okay, do you have to keep it in a cool place? Does it matter?
Well, you know, right now, no, it doesn't really matter because it really is self-preserving. I mean, if you're going to have it out for a year, that I wouldn't.
Or if it gets hot, if you have a window in your bathroom, don't put it in there.
Yeah, then I would keep it in the fridge. And the oil can stay out because that's not going to go bad.
Thanks, Sabrina. Some good tips there, and congratulations to you again. See, she has firsthand knowledge of all this.
Yeah.
And if you'd like more information, thank you again, on healing anthropology, you can go to our website, or you can always dial our hotline. Thanks again, Sabrina. All right, from babies to flowers, what a happy show this is. Hi, Gail.
Absolutely. I'm with Karen Crawford from God's Garden Treasures. They're the ones who give us those beautiful bouquets that we show on the show every day. And you're going to show us a little bit on how to pick the right Valentine's flowers for people.